I didn't brush my teeth last night before I went to bed. And now I'm sitting on the stairs listening to the rainfall. And this is the rain. This is the rain. This is the way forward. This is the rain speaking. Just kidding. So, I don't know who I am. I had this crazy dream last night. What if the place that you were going to go for healing becomes the site of something you never agreed to? In this episode, I'm going to unpack a vivid dream where two medical professionals quietly changed my perception. I suppose it's not that deep. There was a sound of hospital beeps, fluorescent lights flickering overhead. I was just there for something routine. I don't even remember what. But when I got on the hospital bed, they were already watching me. They weren't concerned. It seemed like they were amused, like they knew something that I didn't. There were strange glances, back and forth. And I was laying there calm and not surprised. But they were. They said, "It's not working yet." I started looking around like, what? I'm waiting for my appointment to start, which, I don't know, was out of the norm. But the distorted vision started then, and it was like I could see only in one color. It was red, it was blue, it was green. And I said, maybe something is working. I started sensing it. So I said, you have to tell me. I'm legally entitled to know what type of medical treatment I am undergoing. And they started laughing. That's when I started getting worried, because it was like I was not in on whatever was happening to me. This was not something that I agreed to. This was not something that they cared, where they cared or were concerned about my welfare. So I started looking around, and my heightened awareness brought me to the counters, the ceilings, the floor, the bed. I think there were some other people in the room to the left. Like, how they have those open bay type beds. And I looked behind me, and on the bed were these vials. Ouch. These plastic vials. Let me tell you. And it was like a reddish brown liquid that was inside of it. I was thinking something like tamarind juice, but it was more like iodine. And someone said, it's cyanide. And I thought, what? No way. That doesn't make any sense at all. So then I think right around that time is when I actually woke up. And so I jumped on the internet, and I'm looking to see, what in the world was I dreaming about? Is there any viability to this dream? Is cyanide used in any medical treatment? So up until today, I was not aware until I started looking. And does it even cause hallucinations? Why in the world would I dream about this, having no knowledge of any of it prior to searching and asking online? This is so bizarre. And so what I found is that, in addition to it being bizarre, it is a thing and potentially a symbolic dream. So let me unpack it for you. I don't know if you're about to be my therapist or what's about to go down, but this is the first part. According to what I found, I dreamt about cyanide being used in a medical procedure before I even consciously knew that it was used in medicine. And it is, in small, controlled ways. There's a substance called sodium nitroprusside for emergency blood pressure control, and it breaks down into cyanide in the body. It doesn't cause hallucinations intentionally, But in toxic amounts, cyanide can lead to oxygen starvation in the brain and cause disorientation, confusion, or hallucinations, which is where I felt I was going. So weirdly, my dream was scientifically specific. Now, how disturbing is that? Like, what's going on in the brain? And that makes me think, okay, well, without jumping into anything spiritual, like, how do I know things I don't know? So that makes it feel a little bit eerie. So then there's another psychological or symbolic layer, which could be derived from it. And the dream reads like a powerful metaphor. And it could be thought of as agency, trust, and about being altered without consent. So in an environment where you expect and trust, like a hospital, these are the things that we're looking at. I'm vulnerable. I'm feeling observed or judged by authority figures. And this could reflect, I guess, recent situations where I've sensed people knew more than what they were telling me, but they left me out or left me feeling exposed and not fully informed. Like, they're all going to laugh at you. Or your skin is showing. I'm sorry, what was that? That's The Simpsons. Ooh. I'm surprised it's not working yet, is what I said. Or is what they said, excuse me. That's what they were telling me. And as I recall, in the dream, I guess I was fighting it. So that could symbolize the manipulation of perception, not just visually, but then emotionally or mentally. Like someone or somebody is slowly altering my worldview, and I don't like it. I'm resisting. And then, of course, I jumped in and I said, I'm legally, listen to me, thinking the world is a rainbow, talking to my murderers. You have to tell me I'm legally entitled to know. So that's me asserting my right to truth, me believing in my autonomy and my bodily integrity. So this could be thought of as my inner voice reminding me not to surrender my power. And then in the face of others downplaying or laughing away my concerns. And then again, another symbol might be the vials of reddish brown liquid. That was oddly specific. And it was those plastic containers, like when they have a drip. So that is, it's like the round cylindrical, like when you have an IV and then you can see, and sometimes they'll squeeze it and fill it with the liquid. But those weird vials were just oddly specific, laying on either shoulder on my bed, my hospital bed. And that could be symbolic of hidden danger, something toxic, and it being so close to me, over by my shoulders, and shoulders apparently equal responsibility in symbolic dream type settings. So perhaps I'm carrying emotional weight of something unspoken, manipulative, or maybe quietly damaging. So what in the world does it mean? I would like to know. It makes me think I'm in the multiverse. Have I lived this life before? But dreams, they emerge from emotional truths that we're suppressing and not necessarily literal knowledge. So, but in this case, so you may not have known, as many people don't know, but cyanide has been used for cancer and then of course blood pressure in different, well, not cyanide, but the sodium peroxide. So those themes are just what's kind of on my mind, because it's not just weird. I would say that it's a metaphor, and I'm trying to find that clarity out of it and find what sense I can pull from it. But if you have any thoughts on what this dream might mean, or you have a dream that you may want to share, I am curious. But it was just oddly specific and telling. And it's like I am one of the directors and creators and writers of this movie that I'm starring in real life. So It's kind of a weird cameo to see myself on a reel that I didn't expect to be in. You're listening to Better Moody. I'll see you next time.